I want to touch on the Yankees Dodgers. What did you take away from this series as far as these two teams, both in first place, championship last year, rematch? Give me your thoughts on that.
I felt like on Friday night that I was just back at the World Series in late October and was watching the same series again. Yankees go up 5-0. Dodgers come back, tie it. They win the game. The two superstars, Ohtani goes yard twice, Judge goes yard. That game was so great, right? It was epic. And the better team won, kind of like at the World Series. So then Saturday came, and I got my popcorn out. I got my Orville Redenbacher. I got the butter. I got the salt. I filled it up. I got real excited, right? I love popcorn. And like when I go to movies, I'll eat the whole bowl of popcorn during previews. It's gone by the time the movie starts. So that's normally my plan, eat it in the first inning. So I start the popcorn, and all of a sudden in the first inning, it's 10-0. And friggin' Ohtani is batted 3 times before some of the Yankee hitters even came to the plate. So that game stunk. Right? And then the Yankees come back and win the third game. I guess what I learned is this. Number one, that we know the Dodgers are a better team, A. B, the National League elite teams are way better than the American League East teams. And so when you look at the National League teams, the best teams, I'm gonna say Dodgers, Cubs, Mets, Phillies, Padres. I think they're the 5 best teams in the National League. I have an argument that all 5 are better than the Tigers and Yankees, the 2 best teams in the American League. And I kind of feel like that's what I watched. Now, keep in mind, the Dodgers were able to hit the ace Max Fried. And on Sunday, we saw the Yankees hit Yamamoto, their best starter. So it also tells me we get back to October, the bats are going to rain. We're not going to have these 1-0, 2-1 pitching duels next postseason, because these big hitters that we have on some of these lineups, they can hit the best pitching in baseball. And we saw that in Game 1 and Game 3 of this series.
I couldn't agree more when you talk about the National League being more superior. So with that said, do you think this is going to come down to it being another year where the National League reigns champs? Or is there something that the Yankees, the Tigers, I mentioned Seattle with their rotation. I know Cal Raleigh's doing a lot of the heavy lifting. Is there something in your eyes that those teams can do to possibly, be able to have a chance, an actual chance, to reign champion as far as American League team goes?
Oh, definitely. I mean, look, we've all watched, over the last 15 years. I mean, how many wild card teams have won world champions that we weren't expecting, right? A couple of years ago, we had the Rangers and Diamondbacks, 2 wild card teams in the World Series. So, as you know, anything can happen. You get to a short series. Look, the Tigers have a rotation that can run the table when they're healthy. The Mariners have a rotation that can run the table when healthy. But I think in general, if the better team wins, we're going to have another National League champion. And I'm not a bettor, but if I was in Vegas betting, I would bet on 5 National League teams before I'd bet on any of the American League teams.
Wow. Okay, so let me give you, I think you're going to like this. Not a double header, but a triple header of questions for you, JB, on the Dodgers, and then we'll move on, okay? One's on a unicorn, one's on a utility player, and one's on a trade that was a head scratcher for me, okay? Ohtani, another step in the right direction, it seemed, over the weekend with his progression against hitters. Then, of course, he just goes out and plays a game and had a great weekend with the bat. Number 2, Ha-Seong Kim, because I heard you talk about him on your radio show on SiriusXM, and that plays into my third question, which is Alexis Diaz. I get it. The Dodgers are going to outspend most teams, but Ha-Seong Kim was not an expensive offseason pickup for them. And he started in the minors. There are other teams that could have made the case, hey, we can pay you more and you can start out in the major leagues with us. Alexis Diaz acquired, and you're looking around like, wait, this dude was really good not that long ago. He should still be in the prime of his career. So the second part after Ohtani is how the Dodgers are winning at the margins in ways that don't necessarily cost much and confuse me, because I'm like, where is the rest of the league on some of these players?
Yeah, great point. So they're smarter than most everybody else is the quick answer, right? Led by Andrew Friedman and Brandon Gomes in the front office, and I'll include Dave Roberts as well. The interesting part about the Dodgers, that they don't outspend people to win. They actually do a lot of market deals, and they didn't overpay Teoscar Hernandez. Plenty of teams should have offered more money in years than what Teo got. And that's been the history over there. They're just smarter than other teams, right? Trading for guys like Tommy Edman. And so, you look at Ohtani, I'll start there with Shohei that you mentioned. Look, I love him hitting. I think he's going to win the MVP award. I think he may be the first 60-60 player we've ever seen. He may do it this year. It won't surprise me. But to win a World Series for the Dodgers, to go back-to-back World Championships, it's going to come down to starting pitching being healthy. And the Dodger front office and the field staff have no idea which one of their aces can be healthy in October. Can Blake Snell? Can Tyler Glasnow? Can Yamamoto? Can Sasaki? Can Ohtani? They don't know. So the whole key is let's try to get all of our starters healthy for October. So when we get there, of the 5 aces we have, hopefully we can get 3 of them that are healthy to run the table. In terms of Ha-Seong Kim, I really like what I've seen with him. This is a player that is a really good defender, can really flash the leather. This is a guy that can really run. We saw him at a home run in that series against the New York Yankees. He's got some power. He's got great hand-eye coordination, great bat-to-ball skills. And the Dodgers tell me, Brandon Gomes, their GM, has told me that they believe that he can be an answer in center field as well. But here's a guy that, you could play him second, short, center, left. You can put him in a few spots. I really like the player. Now, in terms of the trade for Diaz, that was a moment where Andrew Friedman takes a deep breath and says, my analytic department is better than yours. My pitching room is better than yours. We know how to fix players mechanically with pitch sequencing, with pitch grips better than you. So, when you give up, we'll take him. He had 45 saves for you in 23 and 24. I'm sorry he got off to a bad start for 2 months. I know you don't want the contract, so I'll take it. I'll get him. I'll fix him. I'll have another really good reliever for the second half of the season. And that's what Andrew does. And then he yawns and goes back to his office.
Scott, you need to check out this Roback hoodie I have. It's 85 plus degrees here in Florida. Look, lightweight, feels great, cool colors, perfect for those hot Florida days.
I agree, AJ. Color looks fire. And you can get your own sweatshirt, polo, hoodie. Go check out Roback. And if you do and you're a first-time customer, Roback.com using the code FOUL gets you 20% off your first purchase. RHOBACK.com, code FOUL. Get after it, FT fam.
Hey everybody, be sure to like and subscribe for more content.
We're back here every weekday, all year long, so do not miss an episode.
The videos are coming in all day. Here's another video you might enjoy.
Baseball the way it should be covered.